Morning, everyone. I am reporting about theological education. This is Maria Angela C. Llorente. Agenda: Policies and Standards of Theological Education. Theological Education in the Philippines. Policies and Standards of Theological Education. The policies and standards of theological education can vary depending on the institution or organization providing the education. However, there are some common principles and guidelines that are often followed in the field of theological education. These include: 1. Accreditation. Theological education institutions often seek accreditation from recognized accrediting bodies to ensure that they meet certain standards of quality and rigor in their programs. Of course, before they start an organization, dapat accredited para nakakasunod sila sa certain standards. Number 2, curriculum. The curriculum of theological education typically includes a range of courses in areas such as biblical studies, theology, church history, ethics, pastoral care, and practical ministry skills. The curriculum is designed to provide students with a comprehensive understanding of religious traditions and prepare them for leadership roles in religious communities. Of course, since accredited na siya, dapat may curriculum din siyang sinusunod. Next, faculty qualifications. The faculty members in theological education institutions are usually required to have advanced degrees in relevant fields, such as theology or religious studies. They are expected to have expertise in their respective areas of teaching and research. Of course, hindi sila pwede magturo if hindi nila alam yung kanilang ituturo. So, as faculty members, dapat mas advanced sila or expert talaga sila dun sa field na kanilang ituturo. For ethical standards, theological education institutions often have codes of conduct or ethical guidelines that faculty, staff, and students are expected to adhere to. These standards may include principles of academic integrity, respect for diversity, and ethical behavior in ministry and leadership roles. 5. Assessment and evaluation. Theological education programs typically have mechanisms in place to assess and evaluate student learning outcomes. This may involve exams, papers, projects, and practical experiences such as internships or field of education. Siyempre, after magturo, so dapat may assessment. So, yung mga assessment nila is exams, papers, projects, and practical experiences. 6. Continuing education. Many institutions encourage ongoing professional development for faculty and staff through conferences, workshops, and other forms of continuing education. This helps ensure that educators stay current with developments in their field, can provide the best possible education to students. Of course, hindi lang sila dapat equip. Dapat talaga mas nag improve sila or mas nade-develop sila through workshop, conferences, and other forms of continuing education para mas maibigay nila yung best nila sa kanilang students. Next, theological education in the Philippines. When Converge Global Workers Team and Bethany Spears landed in the Filipino city of Tacloban in January 2019 to help establish a new school to equip local church leaders and planters, they never imagined that a global pandemic would help launch their efforts. In October 2019, Tim started teaching a weekly in-person class on the book of Hebrews. Things were going well until the COVID-19 pandemic hit in March 2020 and shut everything down. Ito yun. Nag-start din si Tim and Bethany Spears ng pagtuturo ng Book of Hebrews sa ating mga Pilipino. Specifically sa City of Tacloban, start of January 2019. Pero dahil nga nung nagkaroon ng pandemic noong March 2020, na lahat ay nag-shutdown, natigil din yung operations nila. It was a complete lockdown just like China, Spears said. You had to get a special pass from the local municipality to go anywhere. And you cannot leave our city. So the leader said, hey, let's just do all our teaching online. Siyempre, hindi naman sila basta-basta pwede tumigil. So naisip nila na instead na itigil, ginawa na lang nilang online yung kanilang pagtuturo. Eastern Visayas School of Theology or EVST, cloud-based theological education not limited by location, weather, time, or the pandemic was born. At first, Spears wondered if the school would be successful. Syempre nga, di ba, nangyari nung pandemic. Napaisip daw si Spears kung tama ba or itutuloy pa nila yung kanilang ginagawa. We thought many people don't have computers and the internet here isn't good. Then you have this crisis where people aren't working. Spears said, I was thinking I could catch up on administration stuff and start practicing the language. To Spears' surprise, the school took off, increasing to 3 classes a week with 15 to 20 students in attendance. Students are attending classes on Zoom from at least 5 different islands. The students usually would need to travel 8 to 12 hours on a bus to receive this training. Di ba yun nga, akala nila matitigil na. So, nagulat si Spears na biglang mas dumami pa yung mga tao na gusto matuto. Merong umattend sa Zoom, meron naman na bumabiyahe ng 8 to 12 hours para lang magkaroon ng training tungkol sa theology. Filipino pastors are teaching 2 classes using the local language. Spears and the pastors use several teaching modes to make the experience more interactive. This includes lectures, online whiteboards, PowerPoint, Bible software apps, breakout sessions, Zoom study groups, and in-person small groups. Poor internet is not a factor because they record and upload edited videos of their sessions to YouTube so that the students with poor internet can watch during non-peak hours. Sabi nga sa kasabihan na pag gusto may paraan, katulad ng ginawa ni Spears. Since hindi naman sila masyadong makapagturo in person, nagkaroon sila ng mga lectures online, PowerPoint, software apps, breakout sessions, tsaka Zoom studies. Tapos nagkakaroon din sila ng small in person lang. So, hindi, ibig sabihin, hindi ganun kadami yung ano. Tapos, sabi nga, since mahina yung internet sa atin, ginagawa nila, ina-upload nila para napag-aaralan ng paulit-ulit. Okay. Meeting the need for theological training and mentorship. There is a great need for theological education in Tacloban and the region, a Catholic stronghold. There is no Protestant seminary at the master's level on the three islands, which have a population of 5 million. Eastern Visayas School of Theology offers 3 educational levels to meet the various needs of grassroots pastors and educational professionals. In addition to the theological training, the school partners with the global churches to provide mentorship, like a small group. The students meet with pastors once a week to discuss their homework. Spears and the pastors also keep the students spiritually accountable. Bethany, who like Tim has a master's degree in theological education, has assisted Tim behind the scenes with feedback, editing, social media, and administrative duties. She is also planning to teach in the future. Si Bethany, parehas lang ni Tim siya na meron master's degrees in theological, pero kumbaga, sa likod siya nagtatrabaho. Si Tim yung talagang nakaharap sa mga tinuturuan nila. Equipping Filipinos with God words. We don't care if we do not want to be church leader or planter. Tim Spears said, if you want to go deeper in God's word, we want to help you do that. That's included in our vision. Sabi nga niya, hindi naman natin kailangan maging church leader eh. Pero sabi nga niya, kung gusto natin na mas makilala pa daw yung Diyos, pwede naman nilang tulungan through their programs. We are here for the church planter, Sunday school teacher, and the mother who wants to train her children. Fenella Don Esbañez, a farmer musician and mother of 3 boys, enrolled in EVST because she wanted to learn more about God's words and be better equipped. especially when leading the Sunday school team at her church and teaching her children. Yun yung example si Don Esbañez, isa siyang nanay pero sabi nga niya gusto niyang makatulong. Siyempre gusto niya yung mga anak niya mas mapalapit sa Diyos. So apart from this, I saw that even though I grew up in a Christian family, I found myself lacking and found the need to study God's Word continuously. I also saw the importance of raising my boys rooted to God's words because I see the future church leaders in them. Yun yung sabi niya, may nakikita daw siya dun sa mga anak niya na pwede maging church leader. So, as a mother, siya yung nagiging tulay or umpisa para yung mga anak niya mas mapalalim pa yung pagkakakilala sa Diyos. As I was studying, I found myself closer to the Lord. I also have a better relationship with my husband and with my family. I pray that the Lord will continue to reveal Himself to me and keep me yearning for the desire to be closer to Him. Yun nga, sis nag-i-start na siya magturo, nag-i-start na siya mag-aral. Sabi niya, mas gusto niya mas mapalapit pa sa Diyos. So, ginagawa niya yung lahat para mas mapalapit siya at mas matutunan niya yung mga salita ng Diyos. Making the Bible available in East Asia. In contrast to the US, where you can find an average of 4.7 Bibles in each household according to Barna Group research, a single church in some parts of East Asia might not have even one Bible to share. Crossway, a non-profit Christian book publisher, is working to change that with its global ESV Study Bible, published in 2012. Crossway aims to make digital versions of the Bible freely available to all by September 2015 and distribute 250,000 printed copies to under-resourced church leaders in India, Africa, and Asia this year. OMF International members Dr. Jerry Wang, Assistant Professor of Old Testament at Singapore Bible College, and the late Dr. Hao Chuang Chua, who served as the academic dean at Hokkaido Bible Institute in Japan from 2008 to 2013, had the privilege of contributing articles to the Bible. So most of us nga kasi dito sa atin sa East Asia is wala naman talaga mga Bible. So meron isang si Crossway, nagkaroon siya ng Bible. Ginawa niyang online version or digital version para lahat is maka-access, mas madali. Hindi mo na nga naman bibitbitin yung Bible, nasa phone mo na lang. Total, everyday mo naman dala yung phone mo. From knowledge to action, theological education keeps pastoral practice firmly rooted in the Bible, said Dr. Hao Chuang Chua. Without sound theology, Christian ministry becomes entirely pragmatic, becoming divorced from its relational, missiological, and doxological components. Translating biblical knowledge to biblical action is foundational to Chiang Mai Theological Seminary's operations in Thailand. CMTs was started by OMF International in 2001 to train up pastors and lay leaders for local churches. Without CMT's church planting emphasis, Pastor Lee may have never begun a church among Gypsy family, which initially started as a ministry to be neglected Gypsy children. Professor at CMT's challenged her to step out in faith and plant a church. The Gypsy Church has now been running for 1 year, and Lee is already planning to start churches in 2 other provinces. We rejoice when God's kingdom expands through His church, but in East Asia, rapid church multiplication can be problematic when the supply of trained leaders does not meet the demand. Siyempre, para mag-start nga nun, meron sila talagang sinusunod. Katulad nga nabanggit natin kanina, yun yung kinakatakot na sana daw is magpatuloy na mag-spread ang pagte-train ng theology sa ating bansa. Rapid growth, growing needs. There has been rapid evangelical church growth in the Philippines for the past 25 years or so, says G. Hollowell, field director of OMF International's Philippines field. The majority of churches do not have leaders with theological education. This has meant the cults have also known also grown quickly, and that spiritual life in many churches has significant level of syncretism. The areas in which rapid church growth take place are often rural, semi-education educated regions where cost, education's prerequisites, and time commitment prevent believers from attending seminars of Bible schools. Understanding this challenge has led to the development of home-based or off-campus learning experience, which people like Savern in Cambodia have taken advantage of. Is a farmer in the Cambodian countryside who loves the Lord but has little time for formal education. He is taking theological education, by extension, class, a mixture of home Bible study, group learning, and ministry application that has been used with great success in the Philippines and Cambodia. His faith was tested when his 4 counts was stolen, equal to 3 years' wage. Ayun nga si Savorn, sabi nga 'di ba wala siyang alam, hindi siya masyadong nakapag-aral. So, nung dumating yung or theological education by extension, nag-aral siya upang mas matutunan niya yung theological education while they are still hungry. Theological education is not important because God needs help from programs or degrees to accomplish His work. Theological education is important because the transformative power of the gospel is. As a Christian workers at a conference in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, discussed a rural theological education program, an old man stood up and addressed the room. He had lived through the Khmer Raj era, and the wear on his body and spirit showed in his wrinkled face and faded shirt. There are many of us in our province who are hungry for God's word but have no one to teach us, he said quietly. When you have no food, you feel hungry for a time, and then the cravings goes. Please send us teachers for the people while they are still hungry. Sabi nga, hanggat uhaw na uhaw tayo sa pangaral ng Diyos o nauuhaw tayo sa mga salita ng Diyos, mas dapat natin punuan. Hindi lang dapat tayo nabubusog sa literal na pagkain. Dapat nabubusog din tayo in God's Word. Lalo na sa panahon ngayon, mas kailangan na kailangan natin yung salita ng Diyos. Sa dami na nangyayari sa mundo, mas deep-rooted, kumbaga, mas malalim yung pagkakakilala natin sa Diyos para hindi tayo maabot sa mga salita na depression or something. Dapat mas kinikilala natin siya or mas pinanghahawakan natin kung ano yung salitang meron siya. So that's all. Thank you very much. I hope you learned something.